Hello, we are from Group 6, and we would like to present our group assignment about IR 4.0 Hybrid Laboratory. To ensure the students could achieve learning outcomes while maintaining a high-quality lab experience for students, Engineering Faculty of UM is planning to implement IR 4.0 Hybrid Lab course, which enable the students to conduct the experiment in hybrid mode. COVID-19 was reported as a pandemic in March 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic has caused negative impacts on lab activities in Engineering Faculty of UM, as social distance is crucial at this stage. To deal with these situations, the faculty is planning to include hybrid lab courses which enable the students to conduct the experiment in hybrid mode. BME UM in the Engineering Faculty plans to upgrade the P&O Engineering Lab and its equipment in line with the spirit of IR 4.0, as well as for suiting the hybrid teaching and learning mode. The equipment needed for the implementation of IR 4.0 hybrid lab course will be procured and installed. BME UM will prepare the tender documentation of the project, in which the project is supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of equipment for hybrid lab, 3D bioprinter, simulation workspace, and IoT. BME UM will also carry out the project tendering process and invite a tender for carrying out the project. The equipment installed in the lab should be accessible and adaptive for educational and research purposes. I will be representing BME UM as the client to send the invitation to tender for supply, delivery, installations, and commissioning of equipment for hybrid lab, 3D bioprinter, simulation workspace, and IoT. To be eligible for considerations, all intended tenderers shall meet the deadline as shown in this table. The tenderers are encouraged to visit the site on 9th of December in 2021 at 9 a.m. The tenderers who are interested should prepare the submission in accordance with the requirements outlined in the instruction to tenderers and submit the tender documents to this address. The following part is the instruction to tenderers. Tenderers who are interested must meet the eligibility of tenderers shown here. Next, English is the preferred tender's language. The products and services relevant to the product to be delivered under the agreements can only from Malaysia or nations which have commercial connection with Malaysia. The tenderer is also responsible for all tender-related expenditures. Moreover, the tender should be submitted to the BME UM by hand before the due date listed in ITT. Other than that, the tenderer should be easily contacted by BME UM and the pricing given by the tenderer should be reasonable. Then, BME UM will inform the selected tenderer by mailing a tender award notifications before the term validity expires. The evaluation and qualification criteria shown here will be used to determine that the tender is compliant with the requirements. P&O Engineering Lab is chosen to be upgraded to equip students with practical skills in line with IR 4.0. The purpose of this ITT is to purchase equipment needed for hybrid class and simulation workspace. At the same time, a 3D bioprinter and IoT are purchased. This project is expected to be finished by 1st of July in 2022. For the equipment specification and requirement, the tenderer's company must have ISO 9001-2008 certificate. Then, a list of user reference for requirements should be submitted. Next, the tenderer is in charge of delivering and installing the equipment. If there is any damage to the BME UM building when the equipment is delivered to the lab, the tenderer must bear the restoration cost. In addition, the tenderer should also educate users about the knowledge of equipment at no cost. Lastly, the tenderer must present a timetable that covers the project's work plan and schedule.
Now I will present the technical requirements from Department of BME. Table here shows the equipment needed for hybrid lab. Tablet and headphone are needed for students to communicate with classmates that conduct the experiment virtually, while the camera stand, camera, and overhead camera stand are needed to capture the demonstration of experiment. Moreover, a projector is needed for the lab assistant to show the procedure of experiment and online meeting with students. Furthermore, equipment tracking system is needed to detect the number of equipment borrowed or taken to use. Next, a 3D bioprinter is needed for accreditation for IR 4.0 course. The 3D bioprinter should be applicable for tissue regeneration, and the other criteria are listed in this table. Besides, we request to have 2 years warranty from installation date, after sales support from engineers, do maintenance inspection annually, and complete installation services. Moreover, accessories, starter kit, consumables, user and service manual, training program, the spares, and any additional feature are needed as well. For simulation workspace, desktop and monitor are needed. The most important feature of desktop is that it can support CAD and 3D modeling. The other criteria for desktop and monitor are shown in this table and also here. Besides, we request to have 2 years warranty from installation date, 3 years after sales on-site repair, full installation services, accessories, and also user manual. Next, the components listed in this table are needed for IoT, and the quantity for all components are 20. The requested warranty for all the components is 1 month from installation date. Next, this is the price schedule template for all equipment and components. The tenderer needs to fill in this table and state the total expenses as well as signed by the tenderer. Besides, the tenderer must provide us the risk management plan as shown in here. Next, this is the tender submission form. The tenderer is required to fill in the tenderer's company name, date, and contract price in numbers and words. This form is needed to be signed by the tenderer, and the official stamp of the tenderer is needed as well. Lastly, the tenderer needs to fill in this information form and submit to us. That is all presented by Department of BME. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tan Chi Wei. So I'm going to continue with the tenderer part. So I'll proceed with the tender submission form, which is officially signed by myself as a project manager for under the tenderer names KIX2004. So these are the tenderer's information form, including tender number, tenderer legal name, which is KIX2004, address for the companies, name of tenderer representative, which is by myself, and also the phone number, mobile phone number, and also the email address as shown in this table. So next, I will proceed with the technical requirements, which is proposed by our clients. So the first part A, will be the equipment for hybrid laboratory. So these are the criteria and description that mentioned by clients. Luckily, all of the criteria we could comply for it. So as shown in this table. So next will be the criteria proposed by clients such as cameras, overhead camera stands, projector, and also equipment tracking system. We could comply all of it as shown in this table. So next will be the part B, upgradation for IR 4.0 cost. So the first part will be the 3D bio printer proposed by client. So these are the criteria and the description is written by clients. So all of it we could comply for it. So I want typically mention for the technologies applicable for tissue regenerations. So we could comply for the tissue regeneration, including skin cartilage, cornea, drug testings, development of biomaterials, personalizations of treatments such as lab on chip kit, organ on the chip, and also the temperature control. So these are the another criteria and description proposed by clients. So I'll proceed with the warranty that we will comply for. So 2 years warranty from the date of installation, we will provide for the warranty. So next will be the service. So we will provide professional certified service engineer will be available within 1 week during the office hour for any issue regarding the instrument after installations. So we could provide 2 maintenance service per year for 7 years. So for installation, we could provide full installation services. We could provide complete starter kits with all necessary accessories such as catalogs, and also user and service manual in Spain and English language. So next, another thing is that we could provide a training program such as 2 sessions of training programs after installations, and also annual training event for 5 years. So for the spares, we could comply for 10 years guarantee availability, and also additional features such as thermoplastic, extruder, including filament, pellet, and extrusions of biomaterials. So that's all for my part. So I'll continue with Ms. Stephanie.
For simulation workspace, we are able to provide BME with the desktop that can support CAD, SolidWorks, and 3D modeling. The desktop we provide is also meet the specification requested by our client. Same goes to the monitor. Each equipment has 3 years of warranty and service offered by the vendor. At the same time, the software required will be installed. For the accessories, a mouse and keyboard will be provided. A hard copy of English user manual will be given too. Next, for Internet of Things, we also can provide BME with the components they requested, such as the sensor, IoT development board, and different module. All the components will have 2 months warranty from the delivery date. The price schedule is separated into Part A and B. For Part A, the equipment for hybrid lab, we propose to buy Samsung Galaxy Tab X6 Lite for tablet, Sony wireless headphones, camera stand from Logitech, webcam from Microsoft, Ulanzi overhead camera stand, Canon mini projector, and lastly, RFID Smart 2 cabinet from eTech. All these equipment will take about 30,000 ringgit, including the installation fee, warranty, and after-sales service. To fulfill the upgradation of IR 4.0 cost in BME, the 3D bio printer we suggested to purchase is Bio V1 from Regiment. It will also come with a starter kit which is free of charge. Including the installation fee, warranty, and after-sales service, this printer will cost about 111,000 ringgit. For the simulation workspace, both desktop and monitor can be purchased from HP, which will cost approximately 20,000 ringgit, including the installation fee. Lastly, for LT, all the figures of each component requested by BNB are attached in this table, with the price listed, and total will cost about 6,000 ringgit. So the total of render will be around 167,000 ringgit, and this is a signature from our project manager. Hereby, we present a chart to show the cost distribution for the whole project. We can see that the cost plan for 3D barrel printer will be the largest, which contributes 66.6% from the total expenses, followed by the equipment for hybrid, simulation workspace, and LT, which contribute 17.9%, 11.6%, and 3.8% from the total cost respectively.
Thank you to Devlin. Hi and good day to everyone. I'm Gozising with metric number 17205225 per 1. I would like to continue with the risk management plan for this project. First, we may encounter late delivery of equipment. To mitigate the risk event, we should double confirm the delivery date with couriers. As contingency plans, we should contact couriers for the details and the delivery date, adjust the schedule to prevent the project from dragging, and proceed first with the arrived equipment. Secondly, the equipment may defect during delivery or installation. To reduce the negative impact of the risk event, the company or manufacturer in charge should take precautions during the delivery or installation process. To cover, we should communicate properly with them as well as the client if the risk event causes a significant delay. Thirdly, changes in equipment's market prices may occur. To mitigate the consequence of the risk event, we should survey all market prices for the needed equipment. As a contingency plan, we should adjust the budget list. Fourthly, changes in equipment specifications required by the client may occur as well. Due to the unforeseen event, we should communicate with the client to fully comprehend his or her requirements. Next, key preceding tasks may not complete on time. Thus, we should plan the schedule properly. As contingency plans, we should adjust the timeline and increase manpower to avoid project lag. Other than that, the risk of over budget may happen. We should make a detailed budget plan, survey the market price, compare and negotiate with more vendors. We could initiate a contingency plan of adjusting the budget. Furthermore, there is restriction on normal operating hours of the Department of Biomedical Engineering. To mitigate the risk event, we should communicate well with the client to avoid disrupting normal operations in the department. Plan the schedule properly and adjust the timeline with the client as contingency plans to prevent project delays. Moreover, natural disaster may be one of the unforeseen risk events. As contingency plans, we should try to replace the defective equipment if the budget allows and discuss with the client for extra budget and time if necessary. Proceed with the working schedule. The estimated timeline of the project is done by using Microsoft Project. The total duration of the project is 62 days, starting from 6 January 2022 and completing on 1st April 2022. Next, we have the Gantt chart of the entire project as shown with assigned duration, start date, and end date for each task. Note that the critical tasks are indicated by the pink bars. Next, from the project timeline, we can see that the project consists of 4 main phases, which are the purchasing phase, implementation phase, testing phase, and completion phase with milestones set for each phase. The purchasing phase is estimated to last the longest duration, which is 28 days to have all necessary equipment arriving on site on 14 February. While the implementation phase is planned to take 17 days to complete, with the equipment being installed on 9 March. For the testing phase, it is expected to last 8 days with all testing completed on 21st March. Last but not least, the completion phase is scheduled to take 9 days with the project being completed on 1st April. Besides, we have the project network diagram. Kindly scan the QR code which will direct you to view the PDF. That's all from me and our group. Thank you.